Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles, and welcome to another episode of your favorite series where I talk about fictional characters that I would square up with. So we have another list of 5 characters plus a bonus character who's, in this case, not actually a character. She's a real person, but we'll get to that later. First character on this list is Malcolm from Slay. So I read this earlier this year. I really enjoyed it. If you have not read it, I highly recommend. It is so good. Malcolm is our main character's boyfriend, and he's kind of a piece of shit. She's a teenager, so she thinks that he's the love of her life, and he is actually secretly, in little ways that you notice, very controlling, very critical, and honestly a huge fucking hypocrite. And the things that transpire in the story, I was genuinely surprised by, so I don't want to spoil it, but at the same time, I'm honestly not surprised. And the way that you think he is, because of the way that the main character thinks he is, and then how he actually ends up being, is just such a huge turnaround. And it's interesting because he's one of those people who is very critical of others without realizing how he himself contributes to the problem. I know that's super vague, but I really do recommend this book, and I want more people to read it because I feel like it's not talked about often. But the way that things end is just, I could not believe it. I was very surprised, but also I feel like it makes sense, and I think it shows an interesting character type. Next, we have Pippa from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. You want to talk about a character being a dumb bitch? If dumb bitch is in the dictionary, a picture of Pippa is right next to it. I haven't watched the TV series yet, and I will not be continuing the book series. You know how I talk about how with cozy mysteries, I have trouble with them when the main character is stupid? Pippa's worse than that. I don't understand how a character can be both so bold and so fucking stupid at the same time. Also, like, we literally start off on the wrong foot from chapter 1. She is given very specific instructions, and then she does the exact opposite right off the bat. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And the fact that there's like a scene where she wants to do something very specific, and she wants, I want to say his name is Ravi, to go with her, and he literally has to be like, you want me, a brown man, to do this? And she's like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't think of that, bitch. Pippa is one of those characters who is truly kind of too dumb to live, and you have to question what her thought process is when she's like, I think this person might be the killer. Let me go confront them alone with no weapon, no backup, not telling anybody where I am. Bitch, do you want to die? And y'all thought I was gonna read 2 more books of that? I think the fuck not. Next is Donovan from A Stroke of Luck. This is an indie black romance that came out this year. It's the first in the series. I really enjoyed it. I had an arc of it. Donovan is our main character's ex-boyfriend. So the main character, Lucky, she is a dancer. She works at this club, and her boyfriend was supposed to pick her up. This girl is left waiting outside in the cold at 2 a.m. for 45 minutes. Luckily, the security guard is like watching from the camera to make sure she's good, but one of the owners of the club goes to leave, recognizes that she still hasn't left, and offers to give her a ride. Suddenly, her boyfriend pulls up, and this guy is drunk, and he starts like yelling at her, berating her, belittling her, calling her dumb, saying all this other shit, getting in this guy's face, and it's just like, my boy, are you not embarrassed? You are truly being a little bitch right now because you fucked up. What do you mean? He's just one of those characters that you just know you're gonna hate, and then he won't go away, and it doesn't make any sense. But I really enjoyed this book. It's one of my favorites of the year, so if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend. Just know that you're gonna want to punch Donovan in the fucking face, and that he deserves it. Next is Alexis from Part of Your World. I have a DNF review of this, so I will have that linked in the cards and in the description. I didn't like Alexis from the very beginning, and I was hoping that she would grow on me in the end, and instead her actions led me to hate her and caused me to DNF the book. I have a hard time in romances or even just fiction with romance subplots if one of the characters does something to their significant other or potential significant other that I find incredibly disrespectful. I can't root for y'all, and that's how I felt. I didn't want her to be with Daniel because he deserved better and she's a bitch. And I'm sure she like learns the error of her ways and whatever, but I didn't care. You're an adult, use your words. It's truly that simple. And the last fictional character on this list is Eddie from Where We Found Our Home. This is the first book in Natasha Bishop's Lost and Found series where we're following, what's her name? Sierra. She is on the run. She is moving to a new town. She is starting to settle down there, and the reason that she is on the run is because this person named Eddie, who is the epitome of someone who makes shitty life choices but refuses to accept accountability and will go so far out of his way to blame any and everyone else instead of just admitting that he's the problem. Like, the turmoil that he puts people through literally because of his own actions is fucking ridiculous. He is delusional in a way that is truly dangerous, and it pissed me off so much because he's sitting there saying things like, how dare you enjoy your life when you ruin mine? And it's like, no, bro, you did that on your own, actually. So what are we talking about here? It's also a situation where, you know, a Black woman is requesting support from law enforcement and not getting any. So yeah, just know that going in. But it was a really good book, and I'm really excited to continue that series. So the final person on this list, like I said, is not a fictional character. It is Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The level of delusion from that girl is honestly what you would expect from a fictional character, except she's real, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I know that editing can show things one way and we're not getting the full story, but from the way that she was in the show and from some of her TikToks, I truly believe that she thinks that she is such a stand-up person who deserves to be recognized as such when she's actually trash. And she also places herself on this pedestal and looks down on some of the other girls because they're the sinners and they're not doing things that the church would approve of. But then you watch some of her TikToks and it's like, I don't think the church would approve of this either, girl. What are you talking about? That girl needs therapy, and I hope she gets it. They did announce that there will be a season 2, and I will be watching. Hopefully there's a lot less of her. So that is my list of characters that I would square up with. Let me know if you have read any of these, how you feel about these characters, if there are new characters that you've discovered recently that you want to square up with. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.